Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. I hope you're well. I hope you have had a lovely Christmas. I'm posting this on Boxing Day, so I hope you've had a very peaceful and restful Christmas. The card I'm showing you today, being Thursday, is a Thrifty Thursday card. It's all about using up those little 1/2-inch strips of card. We've embossed it so that it looks like it goes all the way through. We've done a nice slice through the middle. We've put our butterfly over the top. And we've done our butterfly with some acetate as well. I've done that technique before on this one. And that is it. Really, really simple, but so effective. I'm going to give you lots of hints and tips along the way. So let's see how this one is made. As this post goes live, or this tutorial goes live, should I say, it might be Boxing Day, but it's a Thursday. So I thought, why not create a Thrifty Thursday post especially for today. It's not Christmas because obviously all your Christmas prep should be done by now, but I still thought it would be nice to do something a bit thrifty. So this is what I have decided to do. So I've got 7 strips of card and I literally cut them off bits that I'd done other bits off. There was no new pieces of card in here. So you can see I've got 2 blues, 2 pinks, 2 sort of yellowy oranges and a green, and we're going to put those together. We're going to make a really nice background, but I'm going to sort of make it so that it blends in a bit more. So the first thing I've done is I've taken a piece of white card. So this is a thinner one, so I would say anything like, you know, 150, 180 up to about 200 would be plenty thick enough, because this is all this is to do is to hold all the other bits together. So I've drawn a line at the bottom. I measured that up, was it 2 inches or 2.5 inches? 2.5 inches, just to give me a straight line, nothing more than that. This piece can be whatever size you want, because we're going to do a lot of trimming down. This is just to start it. And I'm going to take a piece of card. So I'm going to take my darkest blue first, and I'm going to pop that on that line. Now, I found that when I do things like this, the easiest way to do it, let me get that little bit of glue off, is to put the glue on the card. I do sometimes glue on the strip, but I find that if you glue on the base, you get, I don't know, I just prefer it. So I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to make sure, see, that's not straight, let me line that up to there, like that. Now we are going to do lots of trimming down, so if it isn't totally straight, we can make it straight as we go on. So let's get another blue. Let's go on here. And if the glue goes a bit too high, it doesn't matter, because we're going to be putting more card on in a minute. So I've got this lovely one here. And as I say, all of these were just scraps left over from other bits. So next I thought I would do green. These can go in any order. And in actual fact, I've got some more strips. I cut lots of strips, far more than I needed. And it just so happened that I ended up with the paler colours, because I've got all of these strips that I also cut. Look, aren't those sort of really jewel colours? So I might make this card again, but more in jewel colours. But for now, it's quite nice muted colours. So we're going to go this orangey yellow next. Now, all I'd say is make sure they're glued down well, because we're going to be doing a lot of trimming into this. So if you can glue it down well, it will be better. So let's do the other yellowy orange peachy colour. That was quite descriptive, wasn't it? Yellowy orange peachy colour. There we are. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing it up against next. As long as this one's straight, then all of the others should be perfectly straight too, if you press them down. So I'm going to go pink. Put that one up here. That's got pearl. You'll see they're different types of cardstock. So the pink and the first teal are pearlescent card. All 1, 2, 3 and this one are linen card, and that one's just a plain card. So it really is, you know, everything goes. It's just use what you've got. Making sure I just get it the right way up. You could be even more thrifty and have lined these up a bit better, so that you've got all of the waste over one end to be using it again. Oops. There we go, just line that up better. Right, now I thought about leaving it like that, but then I've got it bumps up there. So I've randomly got some more white card, my thicker white card. So that's my 300 GSM, and I'm going to pop that there, but make sure it really glues on well, because you're going to be snipping into that. And I'm going to put that on here. So it's quite big at the moment. What's under there? Have I got something? Oh, it's a gem from my previous project. And then I'm going to do it on here. right to the edges, because like I said, I'm going to trim into it. So if you haven't glued properly, there we go. So now look, that's nice. You can feel the texture, but it's nice and smooth. So it's going to look better. So all I'm going to do next, just make sure that's burnished all down well. Ideally leave this for a few minutes, but it should be fine because I glued the base, so there shouldn't really be too much glue overhanging. And I'm just going to trim it down. I'm just going to roughly trim it so you can see. I always struggle. There we go. Get that open. Okay, so I'm going to just trim. So at the 2 inch, no, I'll only need about 1.5 inches there, won't I? Let's do it to about there. This is just the first rough trim. Let's just do it to there. No, not in exact measurement. And then we'll do the same. Oh, I might have trimmed that a bit snug. Okay, let's do it like that. Oh, there we go. And then, oh, it didn't go all the way through. I didn't press properly. Let's try that again. There you go, I can feel that. There we go, that's better that time, isn't it? And then we're just going to trim off the edges. So will come off. Just make it tidy. Again, this might not be my finished size. This is just to tidy it all up. And again, if we can leave it to dry a little while longer, that would be better. But I'm just trying to do this in time for the video. I'm just going to move that out of the way because I'll need that again. So I've now got a lovely piece here. Let's get rid of those because we don't want them distracting. I've got a lovely piece here. Look at that. So I've got the gorgeous background on, but we're going to do a little bit more to that. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to run it through an embossing folder. I mean, I don't know where this one came from. It says Embossilicious. I don't know what brand that is. This is so, I've had this so many years. So I've put it inside there. Oh, we don't need that. That's not quite straight, is it? And we're just going to emboss. So what we're going to do now is we're going to emboss the white through the coloured and onto there. So that's going to make everything sort of gel together. So to do that, I need cutting plate and another cutting plate. I don't need the plastic one. I'll just put that through. So that has cut through now. Don't think I'm die cutting again. And let's have a look at what we've got here. And look at that now. Look at how that has embossed through the pattern and into, doesn't that look amazing? I absolutely love that. So it's just, you've created this beautiful, beautiful background. Okay, so we need to trim it down to our final size. So I want it 5 1/4 wide. Oh yeah, just taking off a little tiny bit. There we go. And I hope I haven't cut it too short. If I have, we'll just make it work. And then, yeah, I think I've cut it a little bit short, but never mind. Okay, I'll show you. I'll work with that and then I'll show you in a minute the one I've done. So what I need to do now is I want to cut a diagonal slice out, but I want to cut 2 lots of diagonal slices. So I want it to go from left to right, because what we're going to do is we're going to create a floating effect. So I want this side to be the top. So I'm just going to pick it up and I'm going to put a quick cross there. So I want it to go from there down to there. Okay, so I've just put that there to give me a measurement. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 3/4 inch down to there. And then I want to take a 1 inch chunk out. So I need to measure to 1 3/4. So I've got 3/4 inch and then 1 inch. And then at the other side, I've just turned it round. I'm going to measure 3/4 inch and then another inch. So what we're going to effectively do is we're going to effectively join up that point with that point and that one with that one. It's going to take a chunk out the middle, and you'll see why I've done it that way in a minute. Yes, I've got that around. So all I need to do, paper trimmer again. So I want to line that one up with that one. And again, as if your cardstock was dry, not like mine, that would definitely help. So that one's cut. And then, now don't throw this piece away, because I found that when I was doing my, when I was working it through, it definitely helped to have, no, that's not straight. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just almost ignore that because I'm going to use my lines on there. There we go. Right. So what we've got now is, Let me turn that round. So we've got this piece here, then this one goes just there, and then this one goes just there. And then what we will do is we will take that one out and we'll have that floating effect, but the lines should still run true. So I've got a piece of blue card now. This one's the wrong size because I've cut this wrong, but never mind, we'll make it work. So what I want to do now is I want to stick these on, but this is where I want my spare piece. So I'm going to stick these on so that I've got a nice border around. Oh, this piece really isn't the right size, but never mind, you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to put this one in place. I'm not gluing it, I'm just putting it in place. And then I'm putting this one on. Can you see? And then we put this one on so everything lines back up. And you see it's all lining perfectly. You can't see that gap, can you? Hopefully. Okay, so that's there. So let's just take the piece out that we cut out. And that gap is right. And the reason I've done that is so that these lines continue to flow. If I hadn't, they would have jumped. They would have been a bit zig, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have flown across. And that's what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to trim that down so that you can see how I want it to look. There we go. So I've got this piece like that. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut that with a border around the outside. So I just want to just frame it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And then that one to there. Oops, my hand's in the way. Just lining that up. There we go. So you can see we've now got that. But I'm going to keep this because it definitely helps me with my position. I found that when I was trying to put them back, I found it really hard to get them because that one has to line up with that. But then you go, but if I line that up with that, it doesn't work. It's just so much easier if you keep this one, because all you need to do is you put that one back in place when we stick them back together, and then I put that one in underneath there and everything lines back up. So just keep them. Honestly, if you want to keep that one too, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm going to put this one to one side because I've got a couple of my measurements wrong, and I've got one that I finished earlier. Plus, it's on the same pearlised card as there, which is what I wanted. So let me find that. There we go. Right, okay. So we want this to be a floating card. So I have got a piece of acetate. And what I did was I got my acetate, and my acetate's got a protective backing on. So this meant that I could put everything where I wanted it to be. Just like this. And then I could draw onto the protective backing to mark it. I think I've got, yes, I have got the right. Let me see where my protective backing is. Is it this side? Yeah, you see it's got protective backing. Don't peel off. So I'm just checking on that. Put that one there. That one there. This one in between. Just like that. And that one just there. So then I can go on with protective backing, and I can draw a line just there, and then I can draw my lines down there for measuring. So that means that when I come to cut it out, I can get it to exactly the right size. So this is what I've got. So let's put, I'm going to do it with my tacky glue because it will work. You probably also could do it with your red liner or your tape pens, but I'm going to do it with my tacky glue for now. I'm just going to spread that about because it's my acetate. There we go. So what I want to, I don't want the acetate to show at the bottom or the top. So put that one on. Then I'm going to put this one back in place again. Like I say, I'm using this one as a guide all the time just to help me. Then I'm going to put this one on. Come on. This bottle's nearly empty. I think I picked up the wrong one. I've got a much fuller bottle somewhere. I think in New Year I need to be getting some more glue I'm nearly out. So nearly out. Oh, just let that go of my hands. And then this will go. Just here. Let me check where everything is. You see, that's not right. Look, let's move that up. So it's just a straight line. Just using that one as a guide. And then I know it's fitted in perfectly there. So I can lift that out. There we go. Let's get my stamping press. What I would want to do ideally now is put this under, because I've used tacky glue. Tacky glue is so strong, but you just need to give it a few minutes to just to grab. But it looks to be doing all right. There we go. Right, I just want to. Okay, so we've got this bit here, and I've created a card base, and all we're going to do is I've folded that over. Just make sure you get your score tool, and we've done that. And then I've used red liner tape, and you'll see I've used 3 strips because I don't actually have any wide red liner tape at the moment. If I had wide red liner tape, I could use that. And then I'm going to put that into here, pop that through there, fold it over, and then again, let's just give that a good burnish. Top tip I kept meaning to say, this was a new roll of red liner, and when I took it out of the packet, it was really sticky. So what I did was I just went over it with my anti-static bag. Now, it's not going to take away the stickiness from the roll, but it stops those outside edges being sticky, and that's much easier to handle. So there you go. If you're opening a new thing of red liner and you're finding it's a little bit sticky on the outside and picking up bits, just dust it with like I say, with your anti-static bag. Okay, so we've now got a card. Actually, that's quite robust. Sometimes they start to buckle, don't they, in the middle, but that's actually holding quite firm. But I thought of a way to make it a bit better. So I've cut myself a circle, and I've just cut a circle using my nesting with the same blue, and then a circle in the white. Now, I'm not going to emboss or anything on the white. It's not a problem. It's not going to be any problem at all. My camera's just slipped a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to put that on. So I put some foam tape on, and I put it in a straight line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that running up and down my card. So let's put that straight so I can see. Let's find the centre. That looks to be the centre. And what that's doing now is it's bridging, can you see, over there. Now that doesn't look very pretty, so I've cut another circle. So this white circle is the same size as the blue. Red liner on the back, because it just works. And then we're not trying to, nothing's going to hang off here. This is just a tidiness bit. And the other, I'll show you the other bit you might want to do as well in a minute, just for tidiness sake. I'm not going to do it right now. And then all I'm going to do is put that over there. There we go. And that hides all the workings. Now, as you see on the back, you can see, oh, that's not stuck down yet. You've got the acetate showing, so you could put another white panel on the back as well. I think by the time I give it to somebody, that's probably what I will do. So there we go. There's the front of our card, looking absolutely lovely. Now we need to decorate it, don't we? So I've got lots of bits here to decorate it with. So the first thing I've done, I know things seem to, it's like you get one thing out and then it stays out, is I've stamped out my Inkalicious butterfly. So I've stamped it out, and I've stamped it out onto Nina card or any of your alcohol blending card, and I've just done it with my Memento ink pad, because this one is water-based, therefore it's brilliant to do with your alcohol pens. Then I've stamped it on to acetate, and I've stamped it with my Stays On ink pad, and that will hold it firm. I'm not going to do anything else to it, but yeah, we've done that with the Stays On. All right, so let's have a go at colouring this. I'm going to colour it really, really simply. We're just going to do 4 colours. So we're taking colours from inside that colour palette. Let's bring the colour palette back in so that you can see. Let's move that out of the way. There's my colour palette. So I'm going to go for the teal, the green, the yellow for the oranges, and the pinks. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start with Blue Turquoise 5, and I'm just going to colour. Oh, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll do this, and then I've started the wrong side out, haven't I? I'm actually going to stop that, and I'm going to start with the yellow now. I suddenly remembered I should have done this bit first. I'm going to do my lightest colour first. Let's go yellow out first. It's not a problem. Not a problem. And you can see I'm just doing strokes out. Then I'm going to get my green. And on all of these, I think I've gone for my middle colour all the way. Then I'm going to come from the outside down into the yellow with the green. Why my light greens are always the first to run out. Always are. And then on this side, down there. And then let's get the blue turquoise and come down. It'll just make blending a little bit easier. Doesn't look very blended at the moment, but we'll go back in, go back that way, blend the yellow into the green. Always blend in with your lightest. You see that's blended. Just remember, the thing you need to remember is alcohol inks, they dry differently to how they look at first. So, you know, you just got to remember that they will adjust. Just moving that line. So you're just trying to get rid of that. That's it, that harsh line. Blend it out. Let's go one more time with the yellow. There we go. I'm going to do it the right way around this time. Yellow down first. Really not complicated. Then we're going to go with the green. Down on there. Oh, come on, keep going green. Just, you can do it. Just this butterfly. And then we can retire you off. And then we're going to go with the turquoise into the green. This butterfly stamp is so useful, so versatile. I really do love it. It's a really nice size. It's so nice to work with, and it's actually got quite a nice lot of space for you to do your colouring techniques and things on, whether you're doing it with your alcohols, your watercolours, your pens, heat emboss. If you wanted to, you could have heat embossed this rather than just do it with your memento, and then you don't need to worry at all about it bleeding. So we can do that. And then now you see, recently I did one where I used watercolour. Watercolour is a lot easier to blend, and when I did the 3 butterflies, doing this, alcohol pens do take a little bit longer, but oh my goodness me, remember that's not dry yet. When that dries, those colours will blend together beautifully. So all I'm going to do then, because I've got pink in the card, I'm going to go down with the pink in the middle, and then I'm just going to do a little bit like that. There we go. Now all I want to do next, it doesn't come with a die to cut it out, so I just want to cut that out, and then we cut that out, and I will cut the antenna out, but you'll see it on the acetate one I haven't. So yeah, so cut those out, and I've actually stuck this one together just because I wanted to do it with tacky glue, and you'll see I've got them tucked. Doesn't that look amazing? And that is going to sit on there. Now I thought that was a bit bare, so I found a little bit of sisal. I did do a little bit of string, but that's too much. It's just too much. I could try trimming that down a little bit. There you go. I've just made a much smaller loop, and all I'm going to do is make 3 loops out of that. Just randomly loops. I only want 3. Let's put those down first. So I don't want the knot showing. There, just like that. That's all I need it to do. Just lie down on the card. So I've got my hot glue gun going. So let's just put a little bit. Looks a bit random at the moment, but it'll be all right once I've got everything down. That's better. Then the sisal will just catch on that. Try and bring some of the sisal back in, or give it a trim. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to trim that off, I think, because I've got plenty there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue on the back of here, just so that it goes through the sisal, or I could have done 3D glue, but just for speed, so that you can see. Let's put that. You see that string? I just wanted a little bit showing. There we go. Let's give that some of that sisal a trim. There was a bit much there, wasn't there? I am no hairdresser. There we go. Just trimming bits off there. That's it. There, just wanted a little bit. People either sisal is a love or hate. I just wanted something just to stop it from being totally plain. And then you've got your sentiment. So I thought I could just put that on the white. Now I definitely want it down there. So that was my Lisa Horton Everyday Sentiment strips. I love these. So I just did that with a quick dry ink in the... Did I have it out? It's a quick dry one. It's a blue. It's Oasis or something. No, it's not Oasis. I can't remember. It's just the greeny one. So it just works really well. As I always say to you, I am a lazy crafter, so I find it easier. Just now, if you've got something quite flat in the centre instead of this 3D butterfly, your sentiment could have gone over the middle, but I've gone quite dimensional. And I just found a couple of my hunky-dory gems. These aren't the tweezers I usually use. Let me do it. Let's go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that is it. No inking, no blending, but we have this gorgeous floating effect, but the colours still strap across there. Look at that. That's my Thrifty Thursday. Just a few little bits out of my scrap box, and it really, really was. And then a piece of Nina card, tiny piece, a little scrap of acetate, and look at that. I'm just going to pop it up, and it stands really nice and firm now because we've bridged that gap. You can have a bigger gap if you wanted. I didn't want a big gap. I just wanted a little gap just to slice through those colours. But I think those colours, you would never know they just come from your scrap box. By embossing them all the way through, it just looks like it should have always been like that. How about that? I love that. Really, really simple, nice and quick and easy, and very thrifty indeed. That's what we want. Use up all those bits. It's what we've been talking about on the last few. Clear out all those bits from the end of the year. So yes, I hope you like that. Please don't forget to click on the links down below, and thank you to everyone that might have clicked recently on my Buy Me Coffee page. I really do appreciate it. It does help me no end whilst I'm trying to build up this channel, which, you know, takes a little while. So thank you very much. As always, I will try and link somewhere around here to a recent video or to a series. As I always say, please, please don't forget, if you don't already, to click on the subscribe and the notifications, because I always do put a post out when I put a new video out, so it'll let you know. So thank you all for watching. As I said, I hope you've had a very, very Merry Christmas as I'm posting this on Boxing Day. And I will be back very soon. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.